Okay, so for today's class, you actually continue from where we stopped the last time. You continue from where we stopped the last time. We're doing statistical data, handling statistical data last time. So we are still going to continue with it. Handling statistical data. We could not finish the last time. The topic is very wide. It's a wide topic. So we are going to continue with that. So let me share my screen. Yes, so here we are. Can you see my screen? Confirm you can see my screen, Victoria. Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma, I can see.
Okay, please pay attention. We started the class. So the topic for today, if you remember very well, the last time was handling statistical data. So we talked about the different things. Now, the last part of it is dramatic presentation. We are going to know the type of different ways to represent data on shape. We have bar chart, we have pie chart, we have histogram, we have graph. We're going to know how to apply this data on symbols. So we're going to know how to apply it itself. So now dramatic presentation. Now I read, dramas are used to reflect the relationship, trends, and comparison among variables presented on the table. The drama are in form of charts and graphs. Now what they are saying is that diagrams, they are used to reflect relationship. When you draw a particular diagram, it actually represents a significant relationship. It represents what is going on, trends. Now, when you see, for example, now you will see that Otura, can you hear me? As I was saying, diagrams are used to reflect relationship, trends, comparison among variables presented on the table. So when we talk about diagrams, they represent relationship. When you say particular diagram you draw, they're not just drawn for decoration's sake. They're not just drawn just to show you the beauty of how something's supposed to do. They actually represent something. They represent an image of that. Like they're trying to create an image, what this data represents. This is actually to illustrate further. That's what it's trying to say. Sorry, and this diagram comes in front of charts and graphs. It comes in front of charts and graphs. So we're going to be looking at this chart. I'm going to be looking at these graphs. So now the first one, which is chart. The first one is what? Bar chart. Bar chart. So it says a bar chart is a chart where rectangular bars represent the information. The bars must be of equal width, height, or length proportional to the values which we represent. The bar can be plotted vertically, usually, or horizontally, and can take various forms. So when you talk about bar chart, you're going to see the example of bar chart. I'm sure it's not something strange, or maybe if you'll be hearing it, it's not something hard. I will show you how you can easily do it. So bar chart in form of a rectangular form. We are going to solve the question and you will see exactly what I am saying. So it has width, height, length, and it's what they mean by it's proportional to the values which they represent. It's talking about how they represent the value. They actually represent the value which it shows. So bar chart is not just one. It has like 4 things under. We have simple bar chart, we have component bar chart, we have percentage component bar chart, we have multiple bar charts. So we are going to take them bit by bit so that we understand. In any question, they can just ask you they will just give you a data and say draw a diagram on a component bar chart. So if you know simple bar chart and you know your component bar chart and you miss it for each other, you are forfeiting the mark already because you are doing a wrong thing. So now the first one is simple bar chart. It says this consists of a series of bar with the same width, while the height of each bar indicates the size of the value it represents. So actually, this topic is not that they're going to be asking you inside question, what is bar chart? What is simple bar chart? They're actually going to give you data, figure. They will not say you should represent it, draw a diagram for it, but you actually know how to, like, for a start, just know what it means. So you get, so that's why I'm just laying emphasis. So simple bar chart. The reason why they call it simple bar chart is because it's actually simple. You can compare it to component bar chart and multiple. So let's go into simple bar chart. So this is a question. This is a question. The first example says, draw simple bar chart for the table below. Draw simple bar chart for the table below. Now, this is the question. This is where the question is ending. Just this table. This table is the question we are referring to. So it gives us departments and it gives the number of students. They are now required for what to draw it on the table. So now we're going to represent that. You see that I actually put the solution so that you will be able to see what it is. Then I'm going to teach you how you are going to plot it. Now in the exam mode, I'm actually going to give you a graph. So you're going to know how you're going to structure it. Yes, and you can know how to structure it. Well, I will teach you how to structure this, how to draw this simple bar chart. It's very easy. Now they gave you the information, they've given you the table already, they gave you the department and the number of students. They said accountancy 60, admin 50, marketing 40, banking and finance. So there's some questions that they will not give you this total of 200. You have to find it yourself. So you are going to add these numbers up and to give you 200. That's why you got the total. So in a question, you might not actually see it this way, or you can calculate it yourself. So let's solve it. I will show you. Hope you can still hear me. Hope you can still hear me. Okay, good. So this question, notice somewhere, I'm still going to refer to it though. Accountancy, we have 60, this admin, we have 50, marketing 40, banking and finance 50. So let's first draw it, then we'll come back to the components. So, and you know that we are going to do it in a book. So nobody will ask you to do all this one I'm doing online. So just make sure you are with your pencil and ruler, not biro, please. I repeat, not biro. So now the first thing you're going to do with this figure is this department that are written here. You're going to make it horizontal. This department that here, horizontal is here. It's like this. This is what they're calling horizontal. This straight is horizontal. This is what vertical. You can see where my arrow is pointing to. This is what vertical. This is what horizontal. So this your department will be here, and these figures you're going to plot will be here. So that's what it means. Let me enlarge it more. So according to the table, we have accountancy. We represent it by A. Accountancy represented by A. We have business admin by B. We have mathematics by M. And we have business and finance. To the question, we have accountancy. Accountancy is what I represent by A. I represented business administration by B. I represented marketing by M. And I represented banking slash finance as BF. Yes. So now if we look at this figure, the figure is is 40. The smallest is 40 and the biggest is what, 60. So you have to be realistic when plotting this particular graph. You have to be very, very realistic. It is very important. So because you have to know the space to put in between, the space to put in between each other. So our advice for this type of graph, so that it's not be too choky and it will look very good. It will look perfect. That way you can start from 10. You can use the range of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. That's what we can use. It's moderate alone. So now, and don't forget, in the midpoint between X and Y, this line, that is what they call X line. They call this X, they call this Y. So when you're plotting your graph, just know whenever I say X, just know that I'm talking about this horizontal line. When I'm talking about Y, you know I'm talking about this vertical line. So you get, so now I'm going to start. That's why it's what, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 to make it look good. So now I'm going to start our own. As I'm doing it in your notes too, you can do it, that you'll be getting it along. 20, 30. So don't forget, this midpoint will be 0. Then followed by what, 10, 20. You can see that there is a constant number that is in between them. Now, in between this is 0 and 10 is what, 10. Then in between, add more 10 again is what, 20. It's not that you will add, this one will be 10, this one will be 30. No, it must have a constant rate. For example, if you are using 5, if you are starting with 5 here, 12 to be what, the next one will have to be what, 10. The next one will have to be what, 15. If you are using 20, for example, now, if you start 21, the 20, the next one will have to be what, 40. The next one will have to be what, 20 plus 20, 40 plus 20, 60. That's how it has to be. The constant rate was in between them. So the first one we have is what? We have 60. We have 60. And we say this word simple. So it will reach 60 right here. So the supposed to have a cover here. Please just make sure you do that in your own when you're drawing your own. Make sure you put a cover. So just so that will be fast. I might not put cover in it, but just like it's covering like this. You can see the way it covers like this. This is exactly how it should be. So now the second one says what? 50. Second line says 50. I'm going to come in again and get it to what? 50. This is where 50 reach. This is what? 50. This is 50 again. The next one is what? 40. I'm going to bring it to 40. This is where 40 was stopped. Exactly. 40 stops here. The next one is what? 50. And what? 50. So just so it makes sense, you can actually cover it. So can you see now? This is what we call a simple bar chart. Very simple. You just have to make sure it's in line with what you have. Now, and don't forget, you're going to make this table that is here. Please make it, because you are plotting the graph, making a solution. You are putting A, B, A. The person marking may not even know that A is accountants. So you have to show them. That's why they put it here that what? Department and keys. These are the solutions. You have to put departments as what? Accountancy. You will not tell them that accountancy represents A. Business admin represents B. So that it don't be like it's only in your mind. They will be like, what is BA? Like you are not telling me what BA is. So you are going to miss mark. Make sure you put this table. So, and when you are writing too, make sure this show here. Now, where's the show here? This place represents what? This will represent department. So this place represents department. Why this represents what? Number of students. Number of students. So don't forget to put these important things too. So now this represent department and this represent number of students. So this is the solution to what a bar chart is. So make sure when you are doing your graph, you are very careful in plotting it. You are very careful. Make sure that the space between here and here is accurate. You know, you will see one tiny line in your graph. Make sure that the line is accurate. If you are leaving 5 here, make sure it's the same 5 here. Make sure the number of what you are leaving in the space here is the same thing as here. That's why it is important to use the graph. You have to ask for graph in the exam if they bring this type of question. And if they don't give you the graph, that's when you can use your booklet. But make sure you have an accurate citing that you'll be able to see that this space, if you see this graph like this, like it's almost like it is perfect. It's not really perfect because it's not on graph, but it's almost like, see the distance between them. It's looking smooth. So you get, so make sure that you are with your ruler, you're with your pencil. Don't use biro, I repeat. So that is it. So that if you make mistake and you want to correct anything, you are going to use eraser to erase it. So this is the solution for our simple bar chart. So can we move on? Did you get it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's move on. So the next one is multiple bar chart. Multiple bar chart. This is the question. It says this shows each group as separate bars beside each other. Now it's talking about bar chart. Bar chart shows each group as separate bar beside each other. Now see an example. Draw multiple bar charts for the following. Draw multiple bar charts for the following. We have male and female. You know that one that we really have number of students. They added these two components together. Now we are seeing what male and female added together. So this one is going to be different. See the solution. So we are going to do our own solution by ourselves. Now, if you see how this figure is structured, the lowest is what 14 and the highest is what 40. So it all depends on how you want to structure your own. Maybe you want to start from, you can do the range of 10, which we did earlier, 10, 20, 30, 40 to 60. But I can see that the lowest we have here is what 40. So if you want to do it, that is 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. It is too short. If we use like this, we will reach this place. It might actually be too short. So you can start, or at the same time too, it depends. Now, for example, if you want to plot this 14 now, if you want to check, the middle of between 10 and 20 is what? So between here, the middle is what? 5. Now, if you want to plot 14, you can start from here. If you want to plot 15, you start from the middle. If you are using a perfect graph, you won't have stress with it. We know where the lines are. Oturaya, do you know how to use graph?
Mm,
Can you hear me?
because the one that is graph.
Eh? You know how to use graph?
Yes.
Okay. You don't have issues there. But if anyone is listening to this recording and they don't know how to use a graph, you can just go online and search for how to use a graph. It's very simple how to plot it on a graph. So once there are lines that is already demarcated, that it will even be easy for you to do this. So now you can see in my solution here, they actually use 5 to 45. You can actually decide to use 10, between 10, 20, 30, 40. It all depends on you, on how you want to plot it. But decide to use 5. And if you see the space they put here, what? It's very short space. But the space I put here, what? Is very much. That's why it will be long. You see that it's longer, 40. But if we are to use this people's own and we make this, you cannot make this 5. If, for example, want to make 10, we are now making, wait, I want to show you something. You see that the space they made here for 10, between 0 and 10, you see that it's large enough. If you want to do your own, want to do 10, 20, 30, 40, the space between this 0 and 10 is large enough. Between this 10 and 20, it is large enough. Between 20 and 30 is large enough. So that's the same thing as putting 0 here, putting 5 in the middle, 10 here, putting 15 in the middle, 20 here, putting 25 in the middle. It's just as the same. So now I want us to do this question. So we have accountancy. Thank God we have accountancy, business, and the same thing we have there. If you notice, this one is just 60. They now separated what constitutes this 60. They separated it in their own. So now we have May. May is what? 40. So we have to scatter what we have and do it. So now May is 40. So this will be 40. Female is what? 20. So it's not like simple bar chart. Simple bar chart is just one. This one is going to stay beside each other, as you see. It's going to stay beside each other. So now female is what? 20. So you just need one line here. Female is 20. So this is 20. So now for A, this is A. So this is A for A. You can see now for A. So this one is showing that this is what? 40. Male is 40. Male is 40. And female is what? 20. So when you get here, you see that one is 40, one is 20. So now the second one is what? 36, 14. 36, 14. So we are going to pull that 36. So 36 will be around here. So now if we were to approximate, this is supposed to be in the middle, right? This 35 is supposed to be here. So a little bit above 35 will be 36. And that is why it's here. Thirty-six and what? 14. I'm going to know where 14 is. So in the middle of here is supposed to be 50. You go a little bit below to be what? 14. So that's why we have it here. So then we cover. So now we have our BA. This is our BA. So you show one is what? 36 and one is what? 14. So for the third one is what? 30, 10. 30, 10. So we are going to structure the last one as 30. This is what? This is where 30 is from here. This is where 30 is. So we are going to structure this one to 30 to the same length which is 30 as. We are going to cover it up. Then it says what? 10. So we are going to make it to 10. This is where 10 is, right? 10. And the same, we are going to cover it up. So we have our what? M, which is what? Mathematics 30, 10. So for the banking attendance is what? 24, 26. Please be noting it down as I'm doing it. You can be doing it on your side too. 24, 36. We are going to also 24. So where is 24? If 25 is around here, if you go a little bit lower, it will be 24. And the second one is what? 26. Let's cover this up. $26. So which means that 26 will be higher, a little bit higher than 24. Yes. So this is it. So even when a layman see this, the only thing that will confuse the layman is which one is male, which one is female. That is why this is the perfect solution is here. You see that after making that table, make sure you put this symbol here. Please, it is important. You're going to know the separate, know the difference between the male and female. That is why one is uncolored, one it is colored. You get, one is uncolored, one is colored. So if you want to make this one to be colored, for example, you can just make it colored in our own color way. You can put any shape in. Okay, in fact, let's use just want this one to be colored now. You know, your normal color inside the exam is black, right? So make sure you cannot put blue. So you can change it to black, 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 black. So now in your table, when you are doing your table, you're now going to indicate it for them. That is what will show your complete mark. Make sure you indicate it for them that one is what? I want to create 2 boxes. So when you want to write now, you now indicate that this one here this one that we have here is male. And this one we have here is what? Female. So this is what makes your what? Your component voucher complete. So when someone sees this, they'll be like, okay, even if I don't know what this guy is saying, or even if I don't know, I've never seen the question, I know that, okay, this blank, what is here that is blank? This is actually blank too. So definitely this one will be, okay, male. So we have male, means what? 40, it's stopping 40. I mean, is it black? Okay, I'm seeing 40 that are black. This is black. So they will know that there are 40 male students. There are what? There are 20 female students. So this is what shows what a component bar chart is. So that's how to illustrate it myself, even though the solution is already here. You can see that it's the same thing. So please note it very well. You can see the difference between simple bar chart, just like this. Very simple, just one. But component has to be beside what? Each other. As this component has to be beside each other. So can we move? Oturaya?
Yes, ma.
Do you understand? Should we continue? Or you have any question?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, so let's move on. So the next one is component bar chart. Component bar chart. This component bar chart is a bit different. It's different from simple, it's different from multiple. So components. This is what they said. So this is similar to simple bar chart. The height of each bar are divided into components. Like this multiple that is beside each other. This component will be on top of each other. You can see it. It's actually on top of each other. So it's different. So now it's still the same information. Right? If you notice that this total is the same total we use for the simple bar chart. So I want us to go back. We are going to go back. So the first one, which is 40, you can see that this male is what? 40, 36, 30, 24. It's actually this 40, 36, 30, 24. This is it. This is what? Male. So now this is male. So we're now going to put the female O on top, not beside. This is component. So now the female O you can see is what? So in a question, you might just say male, female. Please, you're going to do the totals, so you don't be confused. So now which means that this female, you cannot start calculating, okay, they put female is 29. You cannot start calculating where would I do 20 reach? Oh, once you see this total and you see that 60 here, you will know where you're supposed to continue with it. So to do 20 on top of each other, normal 40 plus 20 is what? 60. So you are going to make it to be 60. So we have 60 here. So the next one is what? 50. So we've already done 36. So I have to just do it to what? To 50. This 50, this everything is reaching. And cover it up. The next one is what? 30, 10. We've already done 30, so it remains 10. And we are going to what? To 40. This is where 40 is. The next one is what? 24. And the next one is what? 26. So it's reaching what? 50. I want to make sure it reaches 50. And cover it up. So now I want to differentiate it so that they will know which one is male or female. So the same thing we did for the other one, we're going to do it for here again. I'm going to show them that the one that is uncolored is what? Male. The one that is colored is female. I'm going to do the same thing that we did earlier. I've erased the one earlier. That's why you cannot see it again. I'm still going to come again. We have male. We have female. So the one that is shaded is female. So to know that it's female that is on top, we are going to what? To find a way to what? To shade it. it is easy for you to shade. Should you have pencil and you know how to shade? So it is the same thing. And another thing, if you know you don't want your book to be rough, to be very rough, you can just put lines instead of shading it totally. You can just put lines. For example, there are different type of shading. Let me show you another way you can just shade without getting it rough. You can just shade without getting it rough. Control Z. So you can just shade without getting, you can just do it like this. You can see these lines, how I'm doing it. So this is another way you can shade anything. If you don't want to make it too raw, you can just be putting stroke, like I used to cancel book. Exactly the same way. You can do this. But when you want to come to this box to explain here, you are going to tell them you are not going to put that same shade again. You are going to put all these lines inside. I'm going to put it inside this box to show them that anywhere they see this arrow, it shows that it is female. So anywhere they see this mark, they will know that it is female we are talking about. So you can use it so that you won't make your book rough. Any way you like it, you can use it. But let me go back to my color, my shading method. I think I prefer that on this. It's very easy to do that on this. So this is what our component bar chart look like. So when they see this, they will know that this is male, this is female. So they will know that a male is ending here, a female is ending here, a male is ending here, a female is ending here. That is how component bar chart is. So you can see the difference between simple, multiple, and component. So it's very easy. Just know how these things are structured. I know that they are structured differently. That is all about components. This the other example I put in your slide. I put it in your slide because I want you to see the solution in your slide, because I'll be illustrating it in another slide that you might not have access to. But this is actually, you actually have access to the slide, so it will be easy to reckon on with. So are you done? Should we move? Should we shoot?
Yes,
Okay. So let's go to percentage. Percentage bar chart. Percentage bar chart, trust me, it is not hard. You just have to understand it. Okay, so this is an example. Percentage component bar chart. You said, yeah, The bar are of the same height, 100%. Each bar, we are using percentage this time around, which is what 100%, you will later see, which is divided into percentage, which each component represents within the group. Now see this example. It says draw percentage component bar chart for the table below. This is the question. The question says, this question different from the one we've been doing. It says what? Male, female, we have accountancy, and we have what? Banking and finance. So now to get the percentage, you see, accountancy, we have male and female. So you are trying to make sure you get the total. This is the solution. These are the questions look like. So firstly, you are going to make sure you get the total. So you will bring it in another table. You will create a column again, male, female, accountancy. You will add these two together. You will add these two together. You will add 40 plus 30. 40 plus 30 together. So when you add 40 plus 30 together, it's going to give you what? 70. That is what happened there. 40 plus 30 to give you what? 70. So now to find this percentage, it is easy. Moturaya, are you with your calculator?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So to find this percentage is easy. You will just pick number one, you pick male. Male is what? 40. You will do 40 divided by 70 divided by the total times 100. Point it on your calculator. What does it give us? 40 divided by 70 times 100. What does it give us? What does it give us?
$57.14.
57.14. So when you approximate it, it will give you what? 57. Exactly. So that's how we got what? 57% here. So the same thing applies to female. You will do 30 divided by 70 times 100. It will give you what?
2.85.
What do you so what approximate?
42.85.
So 42.85, 43 exactly. So that's how they got 43 here. So when you add it together, definitely it will give you 100% because you're multiplying it by 100. Is in percentage. So when you do 57 plus 43, it will give you 100. So that is how we got this. So now you are going to do the same thing for banking and finance. I'm going to create another column. And that column to be 2010. I'm going to look for the total, which is what? 30. So you are going to make another one in percentage. Another one in percentage. So it will be 20 divided by 30 times 100. What does it give us? Calculate it for.
That is 67.
Oh, exactly. So 10 divided by 30 times 100.
33.3. 33%.
Exactly. So that is how we got our 33. So when you add the two together, definitely it will give you 100%. So what they are just trying to do here is they are adding what? Total male and total female. So total male will be what? Total male will be 40 plus 20. It will give us 60. Total female will be what? 30 plus 10. It will give us 40. When you add the two together, it will give us 100. So that's what I'm trying to establish there. Now let's draw components. Let's draw percentage. Component bar chart. I want us to be quick. So let me show you the solution. So this is how it looks like. This is what I want to draw. So we only have two things, which is account and banking and finance. And if you look at the question here, we have what? We have 40. If we pick accountancy first, we have 40 and we have 30, which give us total about 17. And don't forget, please, we are using percentage. So mainly what we are going to use to draw the graph, it is this percentage column that we are going to use to draw the graph. This one too, it is this percentage column I'm going to use to draw the graph. Please don't forget. So it means that anything we do to get here, we must get ordained. So because the space is too much, let's use 20, 20. So this space will be 20. This space will be 40. The distance is 20, so 60, 80, 100. If you like, you can put 120, even though you are not going to reach it. So now we said we want to make two things, which is accountancy and banking and finance. The first one is what? 57%. 57. So this one is saying percentage component. It is a component bar chart. So you know how component bar chart look like, that is on top each other. That's how it will be. But this one is percentage you are going to use to draw it. That's just the difference. So now the first one is 57. You are going to make the first place to be 57. The first line here. If this half is 50, so a bit will be a bit higher, be 57. So if you want to draw it, this is where the male is supposed to be, 57. So, and the second one says what? 43. 43, which means that when you add the two together, to give what? Ordering present. So we just draw the second line to where ordering is, because 57 plus 43 is what? Ordering. Then you cover it, and you put the shading back. So you see, it's still component matcher, but it's ordering. So the second one again says what? The first one is 67%. So 67. Wait. We made the distance here. We made the distance to be what? 2020. So which means that the middle of this place will be what? Will be 50, right? And what we did here is what? 57. Okay, we still got it correct. 50, okay. So this one is what? 67. So between here, the middle between 60 and 70 is what? 60 and 80 is what? 70. So from here to here means 70, from here to here means 80. And we are looking at 67, so it will be around here. So now the second one says what? 33%. And you actually know that everything is going to sum up to 100. You are going to raise it to what? 100%. You are going to shade it back. So this is what our percentage component bar chart looks like. So this is what it looks like. And you're still going to put it that male, it is what? Male, it is black. Female, it is colored. So you can see the difference now. So this is how a percentage component bar chart looks like. So please, let's move. So if you note at the beginning of this class, I said we are treating bar chart. We are treating chart and graph. We are still doing chart though. And the first chart is what? Bar chart. So now I want us to go to the next one. After percentage, we are going to pie chart. Pie chart, that's what we are going to. So this pie chart is very easy. I want to show you. He said a pie chart is a circular chart which is divided into sectors. Each sectorial angle represents the part in the grid. So this is an example. It says, draw pie chart for the table. Classify 200 polytechnic students on departmental basis. So they still gave us this information. They now ask us to structure it on a pie chart. So this is the solution. Please put your mind there, Motorola, so that you don't get it complicated. So now we have the first figure, which is 60. The second one is what? 50. The third one is 40. The fourth one is 50. So what I'm going to do, I've written it since that the first thing to do is to find the total, add everything together. Not actually what the total is. So that we'll know how to move on. So now if you look at this solution. So firstly, add these four together and give me the answer. 60 plus 50 plus 40 plus 50. Add it together. What is the value?
My calculator is my phone.
It's not working.
Yeah. Don't know what's wrong.
Okay, all of a sudden, Ari.
Yeah.
I think I have later. Yeah.
200.
Okay, is it working now?
It's not working, but from the calculation, from where I'm looking at it, it's 200.
Yes, it's 200. So it's actually 200. So now, I said the first thing I have to look for is what? Is the total. So now to solve the first problem, I'm going to create two columns. The first one will be, no need to say all this English, just put accountancy here, put business admin, put marketing slash finance, banking slash finance, all this corresponding angle. So just leave it. If you like, you can put your English, but it's not really necessary. So now to calculate, the first one is what? 60. 60, you can see 60. So you're going to bring 60 to be 60 divided by 200. Now we are calculating pie chart in degrees, not in percentage. So the degree we are using is what? 360 degrees. That's what we are using. So to be 60 divided by 200 times 360. You say, is your calculator still working?
Yes, I started working.
Okay, 60 divided by 200
Oh,
times 360.
no,
108 exactly. So that's what they did. They got here. That is 108 degree. Don't forget degree. Oh, put degree. Degree. I'm sure you know what degree is. Degree is this zero that is on top. You are calculating by the. So the second one is 50. So 50 divided by the total. Should you know how we got 200, right?
yes, it's total.
Exactly. So 50 divided by 200 times 360. What do you get? Confirm.
90.
You got what?
90.
Exactly. So for the third one, 40 divided by 200 times 360. What do you get?
72.
Exactly. Fourth one, 50 divided by 200 times 360. What do you get?
90.
Exactly. So, which means that we are multiplying by 360 degrees, which means that when you add everything together, it must give you 360. Please, if it did not give you 360 degrees, just know that you've done nonsense already. So when you add it, because you are multiplying by 360 degrees, so everything means that you are dividing all the figures, which to give you the 360 degrees. So when you will add these four answers together, 108 plus 90 plus 72 plus 90 to give you what? 360 degrees. So right now, let's do our pie chart. Make our circle. So now you're going to need a what? Projector. Hope you know what a projector is.
Yeah.
You have mathematical set.
No, I don't have.
Yeah. How will you not get your projector?
I will
Because
get it.
okay, you will get it
I'll
that way.
take it.
You need it. I will have loved that you are doing it as I'm doing it now. But since you don't have it, just pay attention that you're supposed to have it ready. Hope you guys know your exam date. Do you know your exam date?
Yeah.
Which date?
Wow.
Do you know your exam date?
Yes. I think it's 21 and 28.
Eh?
I'm not even ready for it.
You've not registered,
28. Yes.
but you're going to register.
Yes, yes, I'll register.
No
I think
problem.
it's 27 or 20. 27, 28.
If you just keep reading. So projector, I'm going to be using online projector. So protractor, sorry. So I have my protractor here. So this is my own protractor. So if you want to start, reduce shape. I want to know where to place my own middle. Okay, let me place it here. So first, you are going to create a middle. This is the middle we are using. Let me shift it. You can see where my arrow is.
Yes.
This is the middle. So you are going to create a line first. This line is you reach this place, so that it's past the circle is inside. So it's just like normal line you create. I want to make sure. So this is how the first line will be. So now from this, and you can't see this calculator. So from this question, the first one is what? 108 degree. So you are going to place your projector. I'm going to place it here in the middle. It means that this my line is not straight. That was what I was contemplating. Exactly. So you're going to place it here in the middle. This is the middle. So you're going to look for where 108 is. You know what? Let me create another. Place it again. Look for where 108 is. Where is 108? 108 is here. I can see this middle is what? If between 100 and 110, the middle will be what?
105.
Exactly, 105. So this will be 105. Should I expand it so that you see it very well? If this middle is 105, the second line will be what? 106. Third one will be what? 107, 108, 109, 110. So let me bring it back. So according to this line we have now, where is 108? This is where 108 is. Did you see it?
Yes.
Is it accurate? So this one in the middle is 105. This is what? 106. This is 107. So this is 108. 108. This is what? The next one is 109, and the next one is what? 110. Can you see it? So this is how that's how you are going to place your projector. Just make sure let's remove it now. Just make sure you place it in the middle. And make sure this arrow is inside the circle. Also show it's inside the circle. So now this is our what? 108. So I'm going to write it 108. Okay. So this is what? 108 degree. So the next one is what? 90 degree. I'm going to put your projector here again. On this next one, this one you've done, I'm going to bring it here. On this one, make sure it's at the middle. So the next one is what? 90 degree. And 90 degrees where? Is here, right? If this is 80, this is 100, the middle here will be what? 90 degree. So we're going to bring our arrow. So this is 90 degree. I'm going to write again 90 degree. So these are 90 degree. Now the next one is what? 72 degree. Hope you are getting it.
Yes.
Exactly. So you are going to bring it here. I'm going to place it again on where you stopped. What do you call it? 72? So where can we find our 72? Our 72, if 70 is this, 72 will be 2 lines after. Which is this. You can see where the 72 is now. This is the 70. So 2 lines after will be 72. So you remove it. So you rename it again. As you are writing it, make sure you name it, that you not be confused at the end.
Not this one. Not that one.
Yes, coming. 72, exactly. So now you will see that this last one is 190, which means that if you want to calculate this, you can already see that it has already done the shape on its own.
Okay.
So you must, it's also the remaining one must be 90. To make sure we are correct, you are going to place it. You have to be sure that we did not do nonsense. So place it here. So approximately it must give you 90. What did we get?
Yes.
What are you saying? Exactly 90. So if we make mistake at the beginning, okay, there are sometimes that you might even it might be slight. Maybe you can get 91 or 89. That is considerable. But if you are getting like 85 or you are getting like 95, it's too much. So you have to be make sure that your protractor is on where it's supposed to be. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Exactly. So that is it. So you are going to write it. So 90%. So that is how we draw our what? Pie chart. So this is what our pie chart look like. So now let me take you to the solution. You can see the solution. And one thing again, you are going to color it differently so that they will not mix one against the other. So this is what you will do. Let's make it in our own style. Let's make it in our own style. Let me delete this compass. Let's make it in our own style, right? So let's do the one that is blank. The one that is blank, which is 108. Let's leave it for accountancy. Let's leave the one that is blank of accountancy. So let's color another one. Looking for the perfect. I want it to give us a perfect something. Can he actually give us something perfect? Okay, I know what to do. It may not be perfect as I want, but I sure want this place to be colored. You also be perfect because you are using, so this second one we name it business administration. So this third one, what can we use? Let's use arrow. You can just mark it like this. Make it tick. So this is our third one. So we tell them, which means that anywhere they see this box, click on the box. Exactly. Anywhere they see this box, this marketing. So this last one, you find another way. So you are just to bring your own into shape. You can see what they use there. The first one is blank. This second one is business admin. You know it is computer. Business admin which is 90. This business admin is not that dark like that. Marketing, you see there's another color, but there's no way you're not using color inside exam mode. There's no way you can get color like this. So now one way we can just make it another thing. We just put this is something I want to do something you can easily do in the example. So yeah, so you create another box. You are making progress. You are going to rename this. Anyway, they come here. So see this as banking/finance. So this is what a pie chart is. So in your exam, you can actually do this. Very simple. So what this says is, make sure you paint this place totally. Oh. This small space that is here, make sure you paint it. So it's showing here that this blank, it is what? It is space. This blank is what? There is nothing. This blank is accountancy. This black, anywhere you see black here, is business admin. Anywhere you see stroke, it is what? It is marketing. Anywhere you see this point dot, it is what? Banking and finance. Please, there is this thing here. Oh, there is a figure here on your this thing. Let it show. Let it show. So this is what a pie chart look like. So according to your solution too, just make sure you do it the same way. Are you cleared? Otunrayo? Are you cleared? Can we move?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Like you get this perfectly. Okay, let's continue. So now we've talked about diagrams. Now I want to talk about graphs. I want to quickly look at what graph is. It says graph shows the relationship between variables concerned by means of a curve or a straight line. Graph shows relationship between variable concerned by means of a curve or a straight line. So it shows the relationship of variances by, it's majorly drawn by lines. That's what the graph is. You use line to draw it, or is either in curve shape. So under graphs, we have different type of graphs. The same way we have different type of diagram, which we look at bar charts, look at pie charts. We have different type of graph. The first one I want to start with is histogram. Histogram consists of rectangle drawn to represent a group of frequency distribution. It is similar to bar chart, but you can see, but it's very similar to bar chart, but the rectangle must touch each other continuous. You will see it when we solve the question. Frequency of a class is represented by the area of the corresponding triangle. Let me show you. So now this is an example on histogram. It says, draw the histogram for the frequency table of sales figures below. This is the sales interval, this is the frequency. So they're telling you between 11 and 20. The number of days you made this sales between 11 and 20 is 5. The number of days you made sales between 21 to 30 was 9. That is how it is. So now for the solution, this is how the solution is. They said it's similar to what? According to us, they said it's similar to what? Bar chart. Bar chart is has space in between. You can see the bar chart we have. It has space in between. This one, it does not have space. That is just the difference. It does not have space. That is the only difference between it. So now this example, we are going to do it. So now I taught you what class interval is, right?
Yes.
Class boundary. I taught you, right? So I want you to help me
Yes.
to find class boundary of this first one. What is the class boundary of 11 to 20? Give me the answer. Yeah,
11,
class boundary.
11 to 12,
Yes, class boundary.
11.5.
Mhm. You're supposed to give me two. 11. Okay, what is the class boundary of 11? The lower class. What is the lower class of 11 and the upper class of 20? Otunrayo, I'll be using it to eat amala. Class boundary. I said you are going to remove the first one. You are going to remove the 0.5. The last one, you are going to add the 0.5. Have you forgotten? Eh? So if you want to get the class boundary to be this 11, the lower one here, all the lower ones here, you minus 0.5. So to be 11 minus 0.5, which will be what? 10.5. All the ones you see here are the upper boundaries. It is this first one is 20. So you add 0.5 to it, it will be what? 20.5. Go through your notes later on. 20.5. So that's what you are seeing here, class interval. They said since the rectangles in an histogram must be continuous, the class intervals are written. You are going to write the class interval using the class boundaries. So this time around, I'm not going to use 11 to 20. You're going to use the class boundary, which is you are going to minus 0.5 from all the figures. That's why you are seeing 10.5 to what? 20.5. This second one, which is what? 21 to 30. It is what? 20.5 to what? 30.5. You are going to minus 21 minus 0.5 to give us what? 20.5. 30 plus 0.5 to give us what? 30.5. Do you get it now? Do you get it?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So make sure you check your note. It's very simple. So you're going to put frequency back the same way you've been putting it. So for histogram is very simple. You can see the figures here. It's between 5 to 14. So that's why they're making it realistic. They're just putting 5, 10, 15. So you can do it in your own way. So we are using class boundary, which is 10.5 to what? To 60.5. So the way you draw it will be different. So let's go back to we are using 0, 5, 10, 15. And the ones here, the horizontal is what? Sales. We are represented by class boundary. So the class boundary too is in sales. While this vertical here is what? Number of days, which is what? Frequency. So we are going to change this one to sales. This one to what? Frequency. So now for the first one. So and this class boundary, this sales place, which is X, you are going to name it after this class boundary. You can see 10.5 to what? 60.5. So you are going to take it from here. I'm going to take it like this. 10.5 take it like this: 10.5, 20.5, 30.5, 40.5, 50. Do you see how I did it? I'm going to start from 10.5 here, then you will come to 20.5, then you will go down. Again, I repeat, I'm going to start from 10.5, you will come to this 20.5, then you will go down. So it will be 10.5, 20.5, 30.5, 40.5, 50.5, 60.5. So that is where they are getting all this from. So let's start. Let me change my own here. 10.5. Twenty point five, 30.5, 40.5, 50.5, 60.5. So now the first one says 5, right? So from this, I have to erase all this. So you are going to start from the middle of this 10.5. So the first one is 5. I'm going to make it to 5. This is 5. So you say 5 from 10.5 to 20.5 is 5, right? So you are going to take the second one, 10.5 to 20.5. Look for the middle of 20.5. It's a little too big, but we'll manage it. This is the middle. So this is what? 20.5. You say from 10.5 to 20.5, it is what? It is 5. So that is what happens. So you first of all create 5. So from 10.5 to 20.5, it is what? 5. The next one says from 20.5 to 30.5, it is what? 9. So you're going to make sure you draw it to 9. If this is 10, a little bit below it is what? 9. You bring it again to the middle of 30.5. 9, you will cover it. That is what? 9. So it's showing here between this and this, it's saying what? 20.5 to 30.5 is what? 9. The next one is saying between 30.5 to 40.5, it is what? 14. So you read it. If 50 is here, a little bit lower is what? 14. It's 14. So you bring it to the middle of 40.5. Then you cover it. So it's, this one is showing between 30.5 to 40.5. It is what? 14. The next one is saying 7. Between 40.5 to 50.5, it is what? 7. Now I'm going to place it in the middle. If this is 5, this should be 6, this should be 7. A little bit lower, 7. And you will cover it. So it's showing that between 40.5 to 50.5, it is what? 7. So now for the last one, which is 50.5 to 60.5, it is what? 5. You bring it in the middle of 60.5. The same size here. So perfect. So this is how our histogram look like. You can see, so it's a bit different. So there is no representation like that one that we were having for male, female, blah blah blah. It's not the same. That is what makes the difference between the normal bar chart you do and histogram. So this is what histogram looks like. So by the representation of this is linked together. All the lines, they are linked together. This is what it's trying to say. So do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Have you written it? Can we move?
Yes.
Okay. So we talked about histogram. So another one is frequency polygon. Frequency polygon. It says a frequency polygon is the graph of frequency against class mark. If the histogram to a frequency table has been drawn, the frequency polygon is obtained by joining the midpoint of the top of the rectangles. Now they're trying to explain how you are going to draw it, but no stress. I'm just going to explain it to you in a layman language. So when you talk about histogram, frequency histogram, you can say that it's the same question they gave us here, but it is a different way in which you are going to do this. Different way we do this. So now when you look at it here, the same thing they gave us. So look at the solution. The solution is a bit different. Okay, oh wait. I think I made a repetition in this question. It's supposed to be another question. I made a repetition. So this question is wrong. This 1.12 is wrong. The question that's supposed to be here is different. I think there was an oversight here. So now for the question, this is how the question is supposed to look like. The question you'll be given is supposed to be in form of this. It only has this class interval and frequency. It only has class interval and frequency. So you are the one that are going to get these class marks by yourself. If you remember when I say if they give you a class interval like this, how are you going to find x? I said you are going to add the lower and the higher one together, then divide by 2. That is how you're going to find this class mark. So 1 plus 10 divided by 2 is going to give you what? Exactly. So that's how they got all this. So the next one will be 11 plus 20 divided by 2 is give you 15.5. The next one will be 21 plus 30 divided by 2 is give you 25. So that is how you got your class mark. That is how you got your x. So normal question is just going to give you the class interval and the frequency. So you are just going to be the one to get this your class mark, which is if we add the two figures together, divide by 2, it's just telling you like the middle between 1 and 10 is 5.5. The middle between 61 and 70 is what? 65.5. So that's what it's just telling us. So now you're going to plot. We said this is what? A graph. We are going to plot a graph for it. A graph for it. So I want to explain. I don't think I have to start drawing graph to take a lot of time, but maybe that's what we're going to do last.
You can just explain.
I can just explain, right? Okay, no problem. So see, when you are done with this class, I want you to get a graph. I want you to get a compass. I want you to get a set. Yes, that will have your protractor. A set that will have your protractor, your ruler, your compass, and all. So that you're able to practicalize it and it's not become hard. If you have any question, just get it to my DM. So this is how a frequency polygon is. So now when you look at this vertical, you see frequency. When you look at horizontal, you see cells. So for the sales, which is class interval, yeah, you are going to use class mark. That's why you created class mark for the sales. You're not going to use this class interval. You're going to use class mark. That's why you are saying 5.5, 15.5. You can see that it's different from histogram. So that's why they are putting it here. 5.5, 15.5, 25.5, 35.5, 45.5, 55.5, and 65.5. So when you look at these frequencies between what 0 to 14, you can decide to use, okay, let's see the example they use here. They use the range of 2 to. So since the highest is 14, you can use 2. The difference between each other will be 2. So 2, next one will be what 4, next one will be what 6, next one will be what 8, 10, 12, 14. So now when you want to plot this first one, you are saying 5.5 is what is 0. So you are going to come to this 5.5. Where is the 0? 0 is this line. The 0 is on the line now from here. That's why you see dot here. The second one, which is 50.5, it is what 5. So from this 15.5, you are going to trace it to where 5 is. That's why they put this dot at the what? The middle. 5. The next one is what 25.5. You are saying what 9. So you come to 25, you trace it where 9 is. That's why they approximated 9 to be here. We put dot. We are not drawing the line yet, so we put dot. Then if you go to where 35.5 is 14. You come to 35.5, then you go up to know where you are using ruler. You know you are using ruler for this one. You go up to know where 14 is 14, you put dot. This one 45.5, 7. You go where 7 is, put dot. If you want to 65, you go to where it is, put dot 5. This one is 0, 0. So you're not going to link the line together. This time you're going to use a ruler. You're going to link this line together. You can use a ruler on your hand, make sure it's accurate. You're not going to use pencil to draw this line. I'm going to draw this line. I'm going to draw this line. Draw it here, draw it here, draw it here. I'm going to draw it. So that is how they made this table. I'm going to make sure you link all these dots together. Link all these dots and to give you a frequency polygon. So that's how the others they drew this. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So for the last one, this is actually the last one. We'll just talk about this sample briefly. For the last one, wait, I think I've talked about sampling before. Have I not?
I think it's done something.
I think I just explained briefly. So the last one is OGIVE. It says OGIVE is a graph of cumulative frequency against class boundary. It's also referred to as cumulative frequency curve. Please note, if they say what is another name, if they just say, okay, draw a cumulative frequency curve, and you don't know that cumulative frequency curve is the same thing as OGIVE, that is how you just be confused. So please know other names. So in your mind, know that OGIVE is the same thing as, cumulative frequency curve. That's why you are seeing it here. So they said it could be less than or greater than. So this is a question. Draw the OGIVE for the frequency. This is a question here. 11 to 20, 21 to 30, blah, blah, blah. So this is the solution. So this one is dealing with less than or greater than. They said it could be less than or greater than. So now I will advise you to use less than. What I mean by less than is that you will use lower class boundary. You will select. You see that there are different principles related to all these things. Each type of graph has different principles, so you have to note the principle. So for this OGIVE, you will choose the lower class boundary. And how do you get the lower class boundary? You are going to minus all these things we have in front here, minus 0.5. Hope you still remember. So to be 11 minus 0.5, you get what? 10.5. That's what you got here. 10.5. Come again. 21 minus 0.5, which is what? 20.5. Last one. 51 minus 0.1 is what? 50.5. That's how they got it. 5. Wait, I think, oh, I understand now. See, the same mistake that happened here, this table, no, I told you that it was wrong. Let me just delete it. This table is wrong. This table too is wrong. I'm repeating tables. So now, for this OG, this is the solution. This is the question we'll be given. So they might give you for, let's use this example for example. So if you say a question, they might give you for, maybe if they give you, for example, the one I showed you earlier, 1120, you're going to use the lower one, which is 11. 11 minus 0.5, it gives you 10.5. So these are they've got this one. Then the normal cumulative frequency they're going to give you. So you're now having 0, 5, 14, 28, 35, 40. So I'm not going to plot your graph the same way you plotted this frequency polygon. The reason why the difference between, there is no really different. The difference between is that frequency polygon is in the form of a polygon. But when you talk about OGIF, it's just one line. Now look at it. This year we have 10.5 is what? 0. So 10.5 here, we mark it 0. 30.5 is 5. 30.5 here, you mark what? 5. 30.5 is 14. 30.5 here, you will trace where 14 is, you will trace it. 40.5, 28. 40.5, you will come here, then you will trace where 48, 28 is, which is this dot. Then 50.5 is here, you will trace where 50.5 give us what? 35. 50.5 you will come, then you trace where 35 is here. 60.5 will come here, you trace where put 40, trace where 40 is here. So you will now draw a line to join all these dots together. You will draw a line. Yes.
I don't. Lines. If you are one day, we use compass.
Okay, how you are drawing the line?
Yes, use
I'm going
compass.
to use your hand.
Okay.
I can't hear you very well.
I said if you use compass, we use to join it together, or we just
No.
draw it with our hand.
Just use your hand. It's preferable to use your hand. Or you can use ruler. Just make it straight. You are also going to join these two together, this dot and this dot. Rule it. You see that it's very straight. You place your ruler between this dot and this dot. Rule it. Then you now place your ruler again between this dot and this dot. Rule it. You place your ruler again between this dot and this dot. Rule it. Place between this one and this one. Rule it. Place between this one and this one. Rule it. So that's how you're going to do it. You can do it the same thing for this one too. Use ruler. And if you are confident your hand is straight, you can use your hand. Or you can use ruler to be on the safer side. You can see all of them is straight. You can use ruler. It's not that it's a straight line. Oh, this thing is not straight line. So don't say it's because this is not a straight line. You are just make sure that these points are joined together. So use ruler to join one point to the other at a time. You get. And you can use hand. That's why they put it here that the points are to be joined with free hand. You can use your hand to draw it. It's not a crime. The line is not meant to be perfectly straight. You get. So that is it. So do you have any other question? Do you have any other question? Okay, are you here?
Okay, I didn't know my mic is.
What is it?
I said I did not know that I have the mic.
Network.
I'm with you, ma.
Can you type in the chat box? And let me know if you can hear me. Type it in the chat box. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, ma.
Okay. Network issue. Already reconnected. So now, do you have any other question as I was saying earlier?
No question.
Okay, so the last one we're going to show today is sampling. Then we're going to explain briefly what it is. Sampling is an important statistical method. I'm sure I might have explained it before. It's an important statistical method that entails the use of fractional parts of the population to study and make decisions about characteristics of the given population. So when you talk about sampling, sampling is start taking a part of the population. For example, you have 1,000. You have to ask 1,000 people questions. You know that 1,000 people is much. You alone, maybe they give you like 2 days to ask 1,000 people question. I know that 1,000 is too much for you to do. Okay, let's just say in a day. 1,000 people for you to is too much for you to interview in a day. What will you do? You will pick samples. You want to know the opinion of people. So let's just pick and decide to pick the average 500, just know the opinion of 500 people. Or you can decide to pick, okay, 400, let's know the opinion of 400 people. So I said sampling is statistical method that entails the use of fractional part. It's just say a part of a population. We are not using entire population. So as we want to discuss some important terms of sampling. The first one is population. Population is a collection of a group of items of definite characteristics. It's talking about population is like a whole group of items. You want to know a whole group of items, for example, number of animals is a population. Number of head count of human beings. How many people in Nigeria? Yeah, for example, we have 15 million people. It is a population. So that's why I said is a collection group of items satisfying a divine characteristics of the population, human being, number of human being, number of animals. So that is why I say it can be referred to as number one human beings, population census, and animals, objects, cattle, inanimate objects, so that chairs, tables, a given population like candidates of 8 years, etc. So there are two types of population, namely finite and non-finite. It says that finite population means a population which has countable number of items. At least we can count those populations. We say we have 50 numbers of goats in the compound. You can count the goats now. They said it's 50. You can count them 1, 2, 3 till you get to 50. But now when they say infinite, it's uncountable. You cannot count it. It said infinite population uncountable. So as I was saying, I think network cut me short. So as I was saying, the infinite population are uncountable. Like the population of a student in a college and a sample. Population of a student in a college, you can count how many people are in a college. Is the final population. Why sand particles? You have sand down. Normal sand is on the floor. Sand particles on the beach and infinite. Even the sand you see on the floor, that says you count it one by one. Is what? Infinite. So you know the difference between final population and infinite. Final is countable, infinite is not countable. So that is the end of our class today. So please, I want you to revise your notes. You see, all these things is linked together. When you go to on chapter 1, when you go to definition of statistics, we're talking about statistical data, measure of variation that we talked about, measure of relationship. We are now coming to analyze statistical data. You see that we keep on measuring class boundary, we keep on measuring lower class boundary, class marks. All these things are intertwined related. So make sure you revise your notes and do more past questions. So that will be the end of our class. That'll be the end of our class. So thank you. We'll continue with another topic. So we are done with only statistical data today. Thank you.